Today marks 1186 days you have to learn and continue to learn, and all of you. My hope that these insights will inspire you, support your dreams, help you achieve your goals, and will empower you to become the person that you want to become. When you want to become the best version of you, of course, you need to have some traits, some character traits that you want to develop to really be the person that you want. I think that sometimes we just forget that there is some kind of bad habits, bad traits that we develop if we want it or we don't. And sometimes we even need to say, okay, so I want to be that kind of person. So what kind of traits I would love to have? But sometimes you need to say, what kind of traits do I need to remove out of my life that I could become the best version of me? Because sometimes people stuck in one spot because they press the pedal and like it breaks at the same time. And I think that really, when you think about becoming the best leader and working towards that, becoming the best version of you, the best father, the best whatever you want to be, I think that sometimes we develop the good traits, but really we forget that we sometimes develop unconsciously some bad traits. So today we'll focus on 10 traits that are terrible, that are bad. I truly believe there is no bad people. There's no bad people. The only thing that there's a lot of people with bad behaviors, bad traits, bad habits. That means that we're able to change that. And when we change that behavior, that trait, we're able to change in other people's eyes that bad person to amazing, amazing person. So what are those? Those traits that are very unattractive, that is really removing us from success. Now, of course, it could be that someone will get a short-term success, but that short-term success is not what we're supposed to see. We want long-term success, legacy, fulfillment, joy. So those traits potentially could even lead to very, very short-term results in other people's eyes. But I think that that doesn't lead to really success that really truly matters. So number one is dishonesty. Dishonesty. I think this is a terrible trait to have. And we need able to ask ourselves, are we honest with ourselves? Are we honest with other people? Are we creating excuses? Are we creating some lies? Because I think that dishonesty is one thing, the worst thing about is dishonesty is that is eroding trust. Even with yourself. I think you're not able to build leadership within yourself if you do not trust yourself. When you say something you will do and you don't do it. Exactly the same with other people. When you say something that you will do and you don't do it. Now, something could be intention. Like, did you intentionally say that you will do it, but you knew in your mind that you will not do it? That's a dishonesty. Or just was misunderstanding. But I think dishonesty is one of the traits that we need to understand. Okay, I was a little bit dishonest. How I could really make sure that I'm never dishonest? Because I think that one thing is that we're able to look into the bigger picture. So how often, like 1 of 10, are you like just very, very, very little dishonest, or are you very much of dishonest? And I think that we're able to really be aware where we are at the moment in our lives. Because I think that when you think about it, a majority of people are like 1 of 10, 2 of 10, but some people are 9 of 10. I think that there's a person who is 10 of 10 dishonest. I think that there's still people who have like the people that they love that they always honest, but they choose with strangers be dishonest. So I think that we need to learn how to be honest with every aspect in our life. Number two is cruelty. That means it's really intentionally harming other people for your own pleasure. I think that maybe there is some people who actually don't feel anything, but that is a terrible, terrible trait. And being aware of that, really say that maybe I'm not as empathetic as I would love to be. But cruelty is one of the worst traits, really harming other people for no reason. And again, this is one of the things that is a lack of empathy. I think that is something that's supposed to work towards improving empathy, understanding, and trying to put ourselves in other person's shoes. Because some people are very, very empathetic and being able to put themselves in other people's shoes, and some people have zero, one empathy, and they are not able to really have that empathy. I think that if you want to have very, very strong relationships, empathy is very, very important. So cruelty is leading again a lonely life because nobody wants cruelty in their life. Number three is arrogance. Again, this is a trait that I think that is very unattractive and we potentially could get results, short-term results, through arrogance. but you'll never get success, long-term success. Because I think that this is very, very dismissive of other people. Because arrogance is all about me. This is me, but not for others. But when you think about leadership, when you think about success, I truly believe that it's serving. Serving is that really leads to success. And arrogance is something that really doesn't allow to grow as well. Because arrogance is you want to protect yourself from other people. When you don't have arrogance, you're able to grow yourself, improve yourself, you open up more, really collaborate with other people, not seek just yourself that you are the best. Number four is selfishness. Selfishness. That means that you are really wanting everything for yourself. Prioritizing yourself and everything is important to have selfishness a little bit. This is again one thing that is too much of selfishness is bad because you need to protect yourself. You need to really understand that if you want to give, you need to have. Because if you want to have water and give that water to other people, you need to have water in that glass first. So that means if you want to give wisdom, you need to have wisdom. So you need to be selfish to gather that information, gather that wisdom. But at the same time, if you do everything just for your own reason, make money just for yourself, getting wisdom and knowledge just for yourself to make money from other people, at that moment, I think that is a bad trait. And not be afraid to be selfish, but again, we need to be balanced in that level. Number five, and I think that is again very, very common that people have this trait is a hypocrisy. That means that saying other people what they're supposed to do and while you're not doing it. Are people you're telling what people other people not supposed to do while you are doing it. So I think that this is a lot of times what people say what are you supposed to do and while they are not doing it. And I think that is there's a lot of politicians who does that. I don't want to do that. But I guess like the number one thing is that you lose credibility and respect when you're really saying something that you are not doing by yourself. I think that's very, very common. I think that when you're not able to be aware about yourself, because sometimes people just not aware that they are hypocritical. They're not aware about what they're doing, what they are not doing, and when they see other people, they are not able to see themselves in the mirror. And sometimes the biggest thing that they are lacking is not that they maybe it could be better if they just had more awareness. So that intention is maybe it's not wrong. But it's again, this is a terrible trait to have, that hypocrisy, that you're saying something to do what you're not willing to do by yourself. It's almost like I love the example that there's some travel agents and there's guides. Guides are people who have been in the same location 1,000 times and they can show you the path. A travel agent sometimes is giving you directions to the place that they've never been before. And they're trying to sell you the idea of how it'll be amazing, but while they have never been there by themselves, I think that sometimes could be hypocritical. Go there, this amazing place, but I've never been there. Number six is intolerance. Intolerance, there's a lot of things could be with race, age, color, division. Like there's so many different things because I think that intolerant people don't understand that every single human being is the same, unique and special. Everyone. I really love the example of one person that I don't remember the name, but I really love it. It says that people are like cups, and every cup is different. But when you take a water bottle and you fill those cups with that water, every single cup will have exactly the same water, but from outside they look different. And I think that they're exactly the same with people. We have exactly the same soul. We have just different cup. And knowing that, I think that in every aspect of our lives, we need to look into that. That everyone is the same. We seeking almost the same thing. There's something that we separate, divide is not great habitat trait to have. Number seven is greed. More and more and more and more, and sometimes that more paying the price that is not good. I think that is one thing that's when you seek the greed, a lot of times people exploit other people for their greed. So they want to make more money, so they exploit other people money, other people time, and they start to do wrong things. I think that when you start to really being greedy into things that really matters, like more relationships, Be greedy about having more relations. Be greedy to have more connection. Be greedy about nurturing relationships. That could be a great thing. But of course, I think that unfortunate part is that we become greedy about the things that, to be honest, do not matter. Those things that we're greedy about are supposed to be just a tool to help us achieve the things that matter. And when we are greedy for the things that actually are tools in our lives, not the goal, at that moment is not good. Number six is envy, and that's resentment from other people's successes. Now, envy potentially could be great when it's small envy, when you are jealous but you want to help them to achieve their goal. So there's like healthy competition, supporting as much as you can, but you are envious because if they can do it, I can do it. But a lot of times that envy is not great, is not good, because sometimes you want to break that other person. Oh, that person doesn't deserve the success. I need to put rocks in their road that they could not be as successful. And that means that you want to judge them, you want to really walk away from them, you want to really criticize them. That means I love this saying that I learned from Gary Vaynerchuk. He said that how to become the tallest building in a neighborhood. There's two options. You can destroy all the buildings, tall buildings, and you'll be the tallest, or you can really try to build yourself up as you can, as far as you can, to be the tallest building. And unfortunately, envy people who envy a lot, they want to destroy everyone around and be the uh, tallest building like that. And I think that is very important to really remove that envy and really focus on collaboration. Number nine is controlling behavior. I think there's a lot of people who just want to control other people. And the beautiful part is that majority of people have not ability to have control themselves yet. So if you're not able to control yourself, how are you supposed to take control of someone else? How good are you a leader of yourself? It's a challenging job to lead yourself, to really lead yourself to a better tomorrow, to change yourself. Because when you really realize how hard it is to change yourself, how hard it is to lead yourself, how hard it is to improve, transform yourself, at that moment you start to really be much more compassionate towards other people, change towards other people paths, and we're not supposed to control. Because I think that when you try to control, I think that people want to really walk away from those people. Again, you stay alone because nobody wants controlling people in their lives. At least I believe that. The last one that I want to mention is passive aggressiveness. This is again one of the worst things because if you actually want to address something, you need to communicate. Now, one thing is that passive aggressiveness is long-term disappointment. When you really address conflict immediately, it's a short term, but it's very, very fired. So that means that the heat is very big. And there will be a lot of uncomfort discussions in one moment. It could be 1 hour, could be massive discomfort, massive discomfort. But for some reason, we really change that sometimes, and we change that massive discomfort with a long-term discomfort that potentially leads to breakouts of relationships. There are so many things that leads that that everything could be fixed with just massive discomfort for a short period of time. And passive aggressiveness is one of the traits that I truly believe that we need to really take care of it, that we could live a beautiful life, working towards that, becoming the best version of ourselves. So today when I was speaking about really the worst traits, maybe tomorrow we'll focus on what are the best traits that really could seek to develop that are the best to really to have, to really be the best version of you. So I hope you choose to win and see you tomorrow.